Friends, this is about Taeyang, the train that North Korea's supreme leader Kim Jong-un often travels in. Generally, he almost never leaves his country, but when he does, he uses this moving fortress. He enjoys traveling in his secret train, and it's no ordinary train. It can be described as a moving fortress or even a moving five-star hotel. Some even compare its facilities and security systems to those of Air Force One, the plane used by the President of the United States. So what features does Kim Jong-un's train have that make it comparable to the USA's top plane? Since Kim Jong-un became North Korea's president, he has visited only a few countries, mostly China and Russia. In the last 13 years, he has taken only 10 international tours, primarily using this moving fortress. The train is always accompanied by two other trains, one that travels ahead to check for any potential threats on the tracks, like explosives or unusual activities nearby. Despite strict security measures that prevent anyone from wandering near the tracks, commandos on the lead train keep a close eye on every detail. The second train follows Kim's train, filled with elite commandos whose sole mission is to protect the supreme leader in case of an emergency. Taeyang isn't just one train. It's a name given to any train used by North Korea's supreme leader for travel. In Korean, it means sun. Typically, this train consists of 20 armored carriages, making the entire train approximately 576 meters long. For security reasons, this train is manufactured within North Korea and uses modern technology. It is capable of withstanding a bomb blast, and the windows are bulletproof. Despite all this, Kim Jong-un has so much fear of an attack that he has installed heavy weapons on the train for additional security, including 2 machine guns, surface-to-air missiles, and anti-tank guided missiles. Several of the train's carriages are accessible only to Kim Jong-un, including residential headquarters, luxury restaurant carriages, and some reserved solely for emergencies, such as transport carriages that carry 2 armored vehicles. This top high-facility train moves at a slow speed due to its weight, maxing out at around 60 kilometers per hour. Although the speed is low, the surrounding areas are tightly secured so that no one can approach. When this train passes a station, the lights in the entire station and nearby areas are cut to prevent any visibility or potential threats. Alongside this convoy, a helicopter flies over North Korean territory. If, for any reason, the security forces fall short, nearby airports have cargo planes ready to take off with additional ammunition and commandos to protect the supreme leader at all costs. The train's roof and lower parts are made of reinforced steel, which helps shield it from explosions. North Korea has built 20 railway stations dedicated to this train alone, which adds to its slow pace and the fact that it can take several days to reach its destination. In September 2023, when he traveled to Russia to meet President Vladimir Putin, it took him around 10 days to cover the distance. At the North Korea-Russia border, his train had to stop to change wheels because Russia's tracks are wider than North Korea's. Inside the train, you'll find facilities akin to a presidential home and office, including Kim's personal office with fax machines and satellite phones, reception and meeting rooms, and a luxurious suite. The entire train features wooden flooring, adding to its upscale interior. One of the train's most special features is its restaurant, where any dish Kim Jong-un desires can be prepared, typically including French, Korean, Chinese, and Japanese cuisines. To keep Kim entertained during his journey, this private train includes female conductors who all serve as singers and dancers to personally entertain the supreme leader. If the train arrives at its destination, or if Kim decides to go outside during the journey, he can simply step out from his personal train carriage. With elite security, Kim Jong-un can travel with peace of mind. Now, seeing all these things, you might be wondering why Kim prefers to travel by train. Trains have been a significant part of North Korean history. Not only Kim Jong-un, but nearly all North Korean leaders have preferred trains for their journeys. The first supreme leader, Kim Il-sung, built a network of private railway stations throughout the country, accessible only to his train for emergencies and travel. From 1984 to 2011, the second supreme leader, Kim Jong-il, avoided planes due to his fear of flying, preferring rail transportation. In 2001, Kim Jong-il even traveled to Moscow by train, covering nearly 20,000 kilometers, which took about a month. Perhaps no one would have known about this secret train if a Russian official, Konstantin Pulikovsky, hadn't traveled with him during this journey and later wrote a book detailing the train's services and features. Before this, nobody knew what North Korea's royal train looked like from the inside. According to reports, Kim Jong-il was on a domestic trip in North Korea on his Taeyang train when he passed away in 2011. The supreme leader of North Korea has traditionally traveled by train, which is highly valued in the country. For instance, a train that Kim Il-sung used is preserved at the Kumsusan Palace alongside his remains. There is even a photo of him smiling beside the train and a dotted map showing the places he traveled with it. This history shows how important these trains are to the Kim family. The biggest mystery of the Taeyang train is its whereabouts. Only top North Korean officials know its exact location and schedule. In 2004, while Kim Jong-il's train was passing through Tongking Station, located on the North Korea-China border, a sudden explosion occurred due to a short circuit in an oil cargo train. The Kim family suspected it was a failed assassination attempt, and since then, security for the family's trains has increased significantly. In 2009, Russian photographers were prohibited from taking pictures of the train, even when it was within Russian territory. The train travels through remote areas like Siberia, but whenever it approaches a village, the electricity in the entire village is cut off to maintain its secrecy. Over the years, the Kim family has made several historical journeys on their trains. For example, in 1984, the first supreme leader traveled by train to nearly every socialist country in Eastern Europe, covering China, the Soviet Union, Poland, East Germany, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, and Romania. However, relations between Europe and North Korea were not as bad then. Kim Jong-il later worsened these relations, and after he passed away, Kim Jong-un took over. His nuclear ambitions further strained these ties. For the first 6 years of his rule, Kim Jong-un did not travel abroad at all. Between 2018 and 2023, he made only 10 official international trips, 4 of which were to China, 2 to Russia, 2 to South Korea, and 1 each to Singapore and Vietnam. He used his special train for 7 of these trips, while the remaining 3 were on aircraft provided by China. The most historic trip was in June 2018, when Kim traveled to Singapore on a Chinese Boeing 747 for talks with then US President Donald Trump, who tried to persuade him to scale back his weapons testing and dismantle his nuclear arsenal. However, Trump's efforts were unsuccessful, and Kim continued with his nuclear testing program afterward. Another reason for Kim's preference for train travel is to show his people that he travels with simplicity compared to the US President's Air Force One. However, North Koreans are unaware of the luxuries on this train, as social media is non-existent in North Korea. Only a few top officials have access to the free internet. In reality, Kim Jong-un leads a lavish lifestyle, with satellite images from 2020 revealing several mansions with private railway stations where his moving fortress can be seen. These luxury resorts have private beaches, shooting ranges, basketball courts, and covered garages for his vehicles. Kim feels highly unsafe due to the dictatorship that has ruled North Korea for decades, with the Kim family holding power for generations. How long this will continue is uncertain, and whether Kim will ever choose to travel by plane remains to be seen. So, this is the special connection that Kim and his family have with this train. What do you think about this luxurious train? Let us know in the comments. For now, we bid you farewell, but we will be back with another interesting topic soon. If you enjoyed this video, share it with your friends, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for notifications on our latest videos.